Good morning, dear students. Myself, Sofica Ahmed from the Department of Sociology, Darrang College. Today, we will start our class with the concept of culture and society, which is included in the BA first semester syllabus. First, as a student of sociology, we must know the concept of society. To know the concept of culture and society, we first need to understand the concept of sociology, what actually sociology studies. Thus, in a simple sense, sociology is the science of society. It studies social relationship and society itself. So, for the students of sociology, it is important to know first the meaning of society. Society, in a simple sense, is a collection of individuals. We need society for our living, working, and enjoying life. Society has become an essential condition for life to arise and to continue. The study of human society immediately leads us to the study of culture. Culture and society both go together, they are inseparable. Society has become an essential condition for life to arise and to continue. The study of human society immediately leads us to the study of culture. Culture and society goes together, they are inseparable. The study of society becomes incomplete without a proper understanding of a culture of that society. Now we come to the concept of culture. What is actually mean by the term culture? Culture is a very broad term. It includes all that man has in his individual and social life. In its simple sense, culture is a way of our life. It includes all our walks of life, our modes of behavior, our morals, manners, our customs and traditions, our ethics and philosophies, our religious, political, economic and other type of activities. Now, there are some important definitions of culture which clears our understanding about culture. According to Malinowski, culture is the cumulative creation of man. It is the handiwork of man and the medium through which he achieves his ends. According to E.B. Taylor, culture is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of society. This definition given by E.B. Taylor is a widely accepted definition which includes all the aspects of culture. This is a popular definition on culture. Now, for a clear understanding of the concept of culture, it is necessary for us to know its main features. First, culture is social. It is a product of society. It originates and develops through social interaction. It is shared by the members of society. It is the culture which helps man to develop human qualities in a human environment. Thus, we can say deprivation of company or association of other individual to an individual is nothing but deprivation of human qualities. Second, culture is learned. It is learned because it is not inherited biologically, but it is learned socially. It is often called as learned ways of behavior, such as wearing our clothes, combing the hair, wearing ornaments, cooking the food, drinking from a glass, reading a newspaper, driving a car, enacting a role in a drama, singing, worshipping, etc. All are ways of behavior that is learned by man culturally. Thirdly, culture is shared. Culture in the sociological sense is something shared. It is not something that an individual alone can possess. For example, customs, traditions, beliefs, ideas, values, morals, etc. all are shared by people of a group or society. Fourthly, culture is transmissive. It is capable of being transmitted from one generation to the next. Parents pass on cultural traits to their children, and they in turn to their children, and so on. Culture is transmitted not through genes but by means of Language. That's why language is called as the main vehicle of culture. Language in its different forms like reading, writing, speaking makes it possible for the present generation to understand the achievements of the earlier generation. Fifthly, culture is continuous and cumulative. Culture exists as a continuous process. In its historical growth, it tends to become cumulative. Culture is a growing whole which includes in itself the achievement of the past and the present and makes provision for the future achievements of mankind. That's why Linton called culture the social heritage of man. The sixth characteristic of culture reveals that it is dynamic. Though culture is relatively stable, it is not altogether static. It is subject to slow but constant changes. Change and growth are learned in culture. We find amazing growth in the present Indian culture when we compare it with the culture of the Vedic time. Next, culture is called adaptive because it is responsive to the changing conditions of the physical world. It is adaptive. It also intervenes in the natural environment and helps man in his process of adjustment. Culture varies from society to society. It differs from society to society. Every society has its own culture. Culture of every society is unique in itself. The cultures are not uniform. Cultural elements such as customs, traditions, morals, ideals, values, ideologies, beliefs, practices, philosophies, institutions are not uniform everywhere. Ways of eating, speaking, greeting, dressing, entertaining, living, etc. of different societies differ significantly. Culture varies from time to time also. No culture ever remains constant or changeless. These are the characteristics of culture which gives us a clear understanding of the concept of culture. Now we will discuss about the material and non-material aspect of culture, the two important types of culture. Material culture, as the name suggests, it includes all the man-made objects such as tools, implements, furnitures, automobiles, buildings, roads, bridges, and any other physical substance which has been used by man and changed over time. On the other hand, non-material culture includes all the non-material aspects of our life such as our language, our belief system, our values and virtues, our habits, our rituals and practices, and so on. It is our ways of acting, feeling, and thinking. It is a broader aspect of culture which includes all walks of our life. After understanding the concept of material and non material culture, we need to understand a very important concept that is known as cultural lag. Cultural lag is nothing but the gap between material and non material culture. It is introduced in sociology by a sociologist named W.F. Ogburn. It refers to the idea that some aspects of culture change more slowly than others. It occurs when one part of a society changes faster than the another, leading to a gap or lag between the two. On the other hand, our belief system, our morals, our habits, these non-material aspects of culture grows in a slower pace than the material aspect of life. This creates a gap between these two, and this gap is known as cultural lag. Thus, cultural lag means a lag or gap between these two type of culture. As we see, our material culture grows in a more fastest way than our non-material aspect of culture. For example, due to various discoveries or technological innovations, our material aspect of culture grows in a more fastest way. Thus, from the above discussion, we can conclude that culture is nothing but it is a way of life. Our all everyday activities are included in our culture. Thus, from today's discussion, we can understand the meaning of the term culture, society, culture, its meaning, definition, its types, and one important concept of culture, that is cultural leg. Thank you.